Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh God. Hang on for a second here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Hi, Ranma. How you doing? Hi, Sen. How you doing? Let's see. Hi, Scorpy. Also, hi, Evie. How have you been? It's been a hot while. I don't think I saw your DM, but I do know of the dinosaur game you were talking about. Because it actually just popped up on my... Funny enough, it actually popped up on my For You page. I've talked about it before. Right, so I've talked about it before. I'm not that impressed with it because it looks like a dinosaur equivalent to Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm just not a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't know, it looks like there might be some more stuff in it. There might be some stuff in it that, you know, maybe it'll give a little bit more context to it. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Happy Monday. And we have some... So, yesterday there's been a couple of trailers that just dropped on us, right? So, there's a couple of trailers that I really want to go over. One of them surprised the absolute shit out of me. Because of... I was not expecting... I was not expecting a new Spyro game. Yeah, I was not expecting a new Spyro game to be, you know, be on my 2026 bingo, my 2026 bingo card. Hi, Late, how you doing? I believe there's more aside from the mascot based on the news trailer. It definitely seems like there's more that meets the eye. I mean, that's fair. No, that's totally fair, because I'm gonna be real. If it's just mascot horror like Five Nights at Freddy's, I am 1000% gonna check out. I don't like mascot horror. I don't know. I've always thought they were kind of cringe. And I just never really quite liked them. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, never really got into it. Bendy and the Ink Machine, also never really quite got into that as well. Hello Neighbor, also a game I never really was really like into. You know what I'm saying? Never really liked them. But then again, I also think it's just because I'm older and I'm not their demographic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not their demographic. But no, I'll take a look at them. Yeah, I never got into Bendy and Ink Machine. I never did. I thought he looked okay. The game looks okay. Like, to me, everything about Bendy and the Ink Machine just looks okay. Like, but again, it's not for me. It's beyond after my time. So, now I will say this though, the only real enjoyment I got out of Bendy in the Ink Machine was what are they called? DA Games. Yeah, DA Games was probably the only thing that I really liked out of Bendy in the Ink Machine. Because he made a song called Build Our Machine. I thought that was really good. But like, outside of that, yeah, no, I never got into it. And it's the same thing with like Hello Neighbor, right? Hello Neighbor was also something that I never got into. Except for like fan songs, right? Did a whole album, so yeah, no, yeah, and like I said, I like DA Games. He made some good songs. He actually made some pretty good songs for like Overwatch, back in the day. So I can't really fault him for that one. But yeah, no, like, the only thing I really liked out of Five Nights at Freddy's were the music that came out of it, because so Five Nights at Freddy's kind of bled into the Brony fandom, because by that time when Five Nights at Freddy's popped out, I was just starting to get out of My Little Pony. I was actually on my way out of being a brony. I realized that bronies are cringe. Bronies and like the brony fandom is just flat out cringe. I'm sorry. I will die on that hill. Coming as someone, and again, coming from someone who used to be a very hardcore brony. Yeah, no, coming from someone who used to be a diehard brony, the fandom's cringe. I mean, like, look, you know, if you like My Little Pony, that's fine. No judgment. But I'm just saying, like, coming from someone who used to be very, very big into My Little Pony, hang on, give me a second. There we go. Much better. Okay. But yeah, no, like, coming from someone who was a brony, it's cringe. But yeah, no, so like when Five Nights at Freddy's popped up, that was when I was just starting to get out of my brony phase. Because a lot of prominent bronies started to make music for Five Nights at Freddy's. There is one that I begrudgingly like some of his songs, even though, despite what he did, right? So despite what he did, it involves cheese pizza. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, thank you, Sin. That makes me happy to hear that. Yeah, he got caught with cheese pizza, if you catch my drift. And I'm not gonna lie, some of his Five Nights at Freddy songs were kind of bangers back in the day, but yeah, no, I don't listen to them. I'll maybe listen to them like maybe once in every 5 or 7 Blue Moons if I'm like really in the mood for like nostalgia. But yeah, no, like outside of him, a lot of other prominent brony content creators went on to make like music for Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, you get it now. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, like that's probably the only thing I really like out of Five Nights at Freddy's, because the lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's is fucking weird, and I feel like it's a little convoluted. I mean, like, this is also coming from someone who has an autistic fascination with Bionicle, and I can tell you, if you want an autistic fascination ramble about Bionicle, yeah, the story gets a little bit, you will get lost in the weeds. No, really, though, you will get absolutely lost in the weeds if you want to talk about Bionicle lore. It's like Transformers, but with Lego. And surprisingly, a lot more confusing lore. Because the stuff that they promote does not cover half of it. Because there's the children's books. Because, I mean, like, there's, I guess, the children's novels. There's the comics. There's the online stuff. There's a lot. There was quite a bit. Give me your artistic ramble Bionicle. I will another yapping stream, because you will be here for a hang on, give me a sec. There we go. Yeah, so I'm kind of playing around with like chords and stuff like that, so that way my mic doesn't just randomly tap out. I'm probably gonna have to buy another cable sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably buy another cable. But it's fucking dated. I'm into it. Well, I'm glad that you are. Because so the weirdest thing about Bionicle was that it actually got in. So Lego back in the day, so like back in like 2001, I think it was like after the release of the Tahunga, which is, I believe, or as fans like to call it, the Mictoran, which is the Happy Meal toys, which were actual like full-blown characters with lore, but they were the Matoran. So, I think it was after the Tahunga, I think, is when Lego got into hot water with the Maori people. Because a lot of Bionicle's lore, in terms of like their naming conventions, and I think even their masks, were based on the Maori language. And the Maori people got kind of upset that that they were kind of, their language and culture was like quasi being used for like a mythical place. And I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry to the Maori people. I love them. I love Maori culture. It's great. But I'm sorry, but like if I were to sit there and say like, you know, Toa, Tahunga, Matoro, you know, all this other kind of stuff, it sounds like I'm speaking like an alien language. I'm sorry, it just is. It's almost like if you were to like mix up Gaelic, like what is it, like Gaelic, Finnish, and like German all scrungled together to form Elvish. Yeah, it sounds like a fantasy language. Hell, you could even say that about Swiss and like the other kind of like European languages. It sounds like something from like, you know, a mythical place. I'm sorry. I'm also someone who does not believe in cultural appropriation, because, like, let's face it, if we're VTubers, yeah, no, cultural appropriation goes right the fuck out the window. But, no, so after that whole debacle, they kind of had to change the names around. I don't think it was much. Because they still had to call things like the Toa, which just means warrior, and the Maori. Also, Sen, thank you for the Ara. It's been a while since I had an Ara. But yeah, so they had to like change some names around. I think the Tahunga were just the Matoran. Toa were still Toa. Which is funny because like on Motunui, they actually had a Japanese word. I think it's the only Japanese word. It was the only Japanese word, and I love it because it's good wordplay. It is so all of the tribes, well, yeah, tribes, but all the major like civilization points on Motunui were like Koro, right? So you had like Takoro, which were fire, Onokoro, which was earth, Pokoro was stone. That gave my brain fuzzies. Good. But so the ice one was set on the tallest mountain on Motunui, right? So it was set on the mountain that's in dead center of Motunui, and they named the ice village Kokoro, which just means the heart, which that means Kokoro, the village, is at the heart of Motunui, the island. Look, I'm a sucker for wordplay. Okay, I am a huge sucker for wordplay. I love that kind of stuff. I love a good. That's why I love puns. That's why I love puns. That's why I love dad jokes. Just because they're you can play with words, and I love it when people do that. But no, it's like I said, talking about Bionicle will be, make it by Korogo Doki Doki. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was cute. I'm not gonna lie, that was cute. But no, like I would love to talk about Bionicle because it is a thing. It is definitely a franchise. I would love for it to come back, but sadly, it will never come back. As much as me and like other fans want it to, it will never come back. They tried once, and I had all the sets, and I sadly got rid of all of them. I want to get at least Tahu and Kopaka, but the G2 Bionicle sets were... Hey, Axel, how you doing? But no, so like I would love to get the G2 Bionicle sets of Tahu and Kopaka, at least those two. Because those two were my favorites, and I'm so sad that I got rid of them. But no, G2 Bionicle was good. It was just, they really didn't try. Right? They really didn't try to do anything with G2 Bionicle. Oh, it was a fantastic toy line. It was absolutely amazing. Also, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Yeah, no, Bionicle was a amazing toy line, and I actually want to get the Rockshi insignia on my leg. I love it. I'm a huge diehard Bionicle nerd. But no, sadly though, because LEGO didn't try to promote Bionicle, they really wanted to rely mostly on the younger audience, or at least they wanted to rely on the kids that grew up with Gen 1 Bionicle, who were adults that remembered Bionicle, or people like me who were diehard fans of Bionicle, to kind of carry the toy line, which is not very good. Let's see here. I just joined the stream in her Bionicle. Oh yeah, no, like welcome in. the magician. I think did I pronounce it right?
Please enjoy your stay.
The magician. Thank you so much for becoming a podcast. I love that name. But no, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I am a huge Bionicle fan. So what happened was that because G2 Bionicle, so how LEGO sets typically work is that I think it's usually like they will go by the line will go for about like I want to say like maybe 3 years or so, give or take. Just to kind of see like how well the line will do, and then we'll just keep chugging along if it's doing good, like say like Chima at the time or Ninjago, you know, etc, etc, etc. You get the idea. So G2 Bionicle did so badly. It did so badly in terms of sales that it's 4 years. Okay, yeah. It still though. So G2 Bionicle did so poorly. You pronounce it right? Yeah, because it's like mech and magician. But yeah, so G2 Bionicle did so badly, they actually canned it within 1 year. They 100% like canned it within a year. So they had the initial the Toa set, the Protectors or Master set, which were like the Matorans, and then Wave 2, which were I guess their answer to the Toa Nuva, and then the Skeleton Army, and then that was it. No, they had Elemental Beasts. My bad. No, the Skeleton Army was year 1. Or Wave 1, I should say. But yeah, so they did so badly, they kind of canned it within like a year. And what LEGO did to Bionicle was that they wrote it off on their taxes. So we're never gonna... They basically wrote it as they put it down as a tax write-off. So yeah, we're never gonna get that back. As much as fans want it to come back, it's never gonna come back. Dude, memory so bad he doesn't know how to... Well, still, like, my memory's pretty good. I still have Liwa Madas. Ooh, okay, I love Liwas. I actually still have all of my Toa Madas. I still have all of my Toa Madas. Now, granted, the only one I think from my childhood was Tahu. The others I got from Bricklink, which is I would say the superior version for like if you want like Lego sets and all that kind of stuff. I would go to Bricklink. So fuck bricks and minifigs. That's all I gotta say is fuck bricks and minifigs. You know, brick by brick. No, there is one set. There is one set I've always wanted as a child. And I want to do it for a build stream. I've always wanted to build this set so fucking badly. It is the Borok Queens, Garak and Kadak. I had Liwa and the White Rakshi. Kurok. That would be Kurok, the Rakshi of anger. But so I've always wanted to build Garak and Kadak because they're these big, giant T-Rexes, basically. And I've always loved them as a kid, but couldn't afford them. Could not afford them, and they were also very popular at the time, so you couldn't find them on the shelves. Which is fine, because roughly around that time period, Zoids was a thing. And I was also a child of the early 2000s, because I was also into, of course, this wonderful thing called Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, so I was like into Zoids and Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. So Bionicle kind of took a little bit of a backseat for a bit. And looking back on it, I'm like, I missed out on these. I missed out on the Rahi, especially. Things like the Nui Jaga, the Takavas, all that kind of stuff. But no, the ones that I wanted so fucking badly as a child was Gadak and Kadak. And if I can get a box set, of them, I will fucking build it on stream. Oh, hey, Carl, what is the... Oh, right. So, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked about that. Because, let me get in a little bit closer to you. Let me get it a little bit closer in. Because I'm an affiliate with Waifu Wares and HobbyLinkJapan. HobbyLinkJapan is your #1 hobby store in the world for all of your anime figure and Gunpla needs. Use my chat command code !HLJ and take you directly to their website. If not, there's the panels down below. The best thing about HobbyLinkJapan is that it all comes straight from Japan, and they do ship worldwide. Now, I'm also an affiliate with Waifu Wares. Use my chat command code waifu, take you directly to their website. Use my code GRARLBROWN at checkout for 15% off on all of your online purchases. I love doing my plugs. There we go. Zoids and Macross. Macross is fun. I haven't watched a lot of Macross. I will say that. I have not watched a whole lot of Macross. So the only Macross I have seen. I've seen a couple of the movies as a child. When they were on Sci-Fi. No, excuse me. And then, when Netflix was doing like DVDs, when they were shipping out DVDs, if anyone remembers those. But the one that I remember watching from start to end was Frontier. I think a lot of people did. I love Frontier. Frontier was amazing. And then I watched a little bit of Delta. I liked Delta. Delta was fine. I forgot why I didn't finish it. But I remember liking it. But no, Frontier was really good. In fact, actually, Frontier, if I remember correctly, Macross Frontier inspired a Vocaloid. If memory serves me right. So the voice actor for Ronka Lee, she got a Vocaloid made from with her voice, and they based the character off of Ronka Lee, and her name is Gumi. And speaking of Frontier, and I learned this while I actually just learned this by complete accident. So I was just on my way to work, and I wanted to listen to the theme of Gavin Infinity because I'm very curious about Gavin Infinity. I've never really sat down and watched it. I've heard mixed things about the show. I've heard people either really like it or it needs work. See, I watched the Vertex and Delta, but the story felt off. Oh, did it really? It's just like Delta had like a lot of promise. Because a lot of the clips I've seen, it was fine. And the first few episodes I was watching, it seemed fine, but that kind of sucks. But, so what I'm getting at with this is that, so the woman that did the theme song for Gavin Infinity is the singing voice for Cheryl from Macross Frontier. And when I first heard her, I was like, hold a flying fucking minute here. Why does she sound familiar, and why does she trigger a major nostalgia boost in me? At first I thought she was Nana Mizuki. Nana Mizuki is like the voice of like my teenage years, because I used to watch a lot of Rosario Vampire because I was a horny teenager. But also Nana Mizuki did Hinata. She was the voice of Hinata from Naruto. And one of her songs is in Metal Gear. And she also did a few songs for Rosario Vampire. She did, I think she did almost all of the opening themes for Rosario. I know she did Dancing in the Velvet Moon, and I know she did Trinity Cross. Trinity Cross is just really good. I like that one. But no, at first I thought it was Nana. But I'm like, no, wait, no, this sounds different. And then it clicked. I was like, wait, is this Cheryl Gnome? And whenever I looked through the actress, it's like, yep, nope, son of a bitch, it is. So now I have a fervor to actually watch Gavin Infinity just for the opening theme alone. Every old anime brought up adds more and more to my age. I'll rust even faster. Look, join the club. I'm like 33. Yeah, no, join the club. I'm 33. Yeah, no. When Rosario Vampire came out, I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school at the time, and I actually bought all the manga too. It was actually the first series I bought all the manga for, and the manga was good. The manga was actually very, very good. Let's go 90s babies. Yeah, I'm 92. Yeah, I'm 92. So I'm like 33. I will be 34 this year. God, I feel fucking old as hell. But no, like, so Rosario Vampire was, I would say Rosario Vampire came out during that time period of like the mid 2000s / early 2010s where anime adaptations of manga were still kind of hit or miss, where they'll either where a proper adaptation of the manga is very rare back in the day. Nowadays, I believe now most anime is just almost 1-to-1 of the manga itself. 2 years older than me, 91. Okay. Yeah, so Magician is what, 94? And 95. Okay, so the same age as my sister. And Sin is like 1 year older than me. Okay. I mean, that's fine. But yeah. So, because I remember back in the day when a anime was actually like pretty accurate to the manga source material. It was very rare and people would flip out over it. Nowadays, I believe most anime now is just like straight 1-to-1 of the manga for the most part, give or take a few like differences here and there, if I remember correctly. Which I noticed that I want to say it's like that with Fairy Tail, which I'm really excited. Okay, so there was some news that came out about Fairy Tail, and it's kind of like one of those like, well, no fucking shit moments, right? It's one of those like no fucking shit moments because it's so obvious. It's so fucking obvious throughout the entire series, but Mashima-san was just like, no, I am going to tease them a little bit more. Yeah, so I want to pull this up here real quick. And when I saw this, I was in my Discord server, and when this pulled up, I flipped my shit. Berserk was the closest to its manga growing up. True, but that's what I'm saying though. Like back in the day, it was still kind of rare to see that. Nowadays, it's almost like a dime a dozen. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right, so this right here, I was just sitting in my Discord server, which if you're not in the Discord server, join the Discord server. It's a great little community we got going on. So this was announced. Yeah, so this was announced. So after 20 years, Natsu and Lucy has become canon. Which, honestly, it's kind of like a, well, no shit moment. Right? It's like an absolute no shit moment. Because throughout the entire series, you can tell. You can absolutely fucking tell. But Mashima is just like, no, I'm just going to tease it more and more and more. In fact, actually, Mashima even trolled the fandom even more back in the day, I think like a few years ago, where he drew a hypothetical daughter of the daughter of Natsu and Lucy, and her name is Nashi. See her, I'll join. I've been loving the vibe so far. Well, thank you. Yeah, this is pretty much what it's like over here. But yeah, so it's like out of all the couples in Fairy Tail, you've been so obvious about this one. You just now wanted to confirm this like now. Like now. Really. Okay. Because I think, yeah, oh yeah, no, I love Mashima. Mashima's the only problem, the problem I have, so the problem I have, and I think this is a problem, I think this is a common, like a little bit of like a common complaint about Fairy Tail. Also, hi, Excapler, how you doing? But, so I think this is a common thing with Fairy Tail, or not just Fairy Tail, but with Mashima-san, is that all of his characters are template whores. So what I mean by this is that all of his characters use the same body template. Same face, same body, same almost everything. You can see that in things like Rave Master. Like hell, he uses the same characters. Like, there's a little mascot throughout his entire works. Plu. Plu. If you don't know who Plu is, go to Rave Master. He's the carrot nose dog in Rave Master. It's kind of like his little mascot, right? It's kind of like his little mascot. Now I also was reading a manga back in the day. It was called, I believe it was called Monster Hunter Orage, or Orage or something like that. Yeah. So in this Monster Hunter manga, all the characters are basically just Fairy Tail characters, except with different hair. In fact, actually, this manga came out, I think I want to say, Hang on, give me a second here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. No, I want to say this manga came around right around Fairy Tail was a thing. Or no, Fairy Tail was just starting out. I want to say it's called Orege. I want to say or Orage. Something like that. But here, let me show you guys. Let me just show you guys. Hi, Emoji. How you doing? Let me see here. I do. I honestly do. Shit. What I need is just a wireless mic. I just need a wireless mic. But yeah, so this is Monster Hunter Orage or Orage, something like that. But the characters are just straight up Fairy Tail characters. Like Shiki over here, he's just black-haired. He's just black-haired Natsu. I forgot her name, but she is just Lucy. Right? She's just Lucy. That is just ice-colored like gray. It's so obvious. Although I will say, yeah, no, they're just Fairy Tail characters. No, exactly. Exactly. Now, what's kind of cool, though, is that they introduce... Oh, wait, no. I think she's just basic... Well, I think they're both just Lucy. Yeah, they're both basically just Lucy. Just different hair colors and different hair lengths. So, if we go here real quick... But what's cool about this manga is that they actually introduced manga original monsters, and they're kind of cool. I wish I could fight them in the games. Local manga man makes 10th anime about spiky-haired man and girl with pigtails. Well, no, it's just that is just kind of like the thing with Mashima is that he just reuses the same characters. Yeah, it's just Lucy 1 and Lucy 2. We have Soft Lucy, and we have... Oh, there we go. There's the beach episode. I love how this is the biggest image that we could find of the two, but you can kind of see it in their faces a little bit. One is just Spicy Lucy. The other one is just Nice Lucy. And I wanted to show you guys the... Oh, her name is Ailey. So we have Ailey, we have Sakya. That's her name. I want to show you guys the... Yeah, here we go, the monsters. Because the monsters that he had in this manga were actually kind of cool. Like, that was the big bad dragon. And it looks really fucking cool. Yeah, that's literally two Lucys. No, it really is. No, it really is. But, like, that's a really cool Elder Dragon. And I wish I could fight this in the game. And then we have Delma Lapre. What's really cool about this... So, it's a bird wyvern. Right? It's a bird wyvern. It's based off of the... I forgot what they're called. They're a breed of chicken that are known for their shaggy feathers. And what it does is that it's known to fossilize with its saliva. It's kind of based off of with a little bit of the cockatrice. And that would be such a cool fight. Yeah, silky. It's like a silky mixed with a cockatrice. Because what it does is that the saliva that it secretes, if I remember correctly, they turn things into stone. Or fossilize. Yeah. It forms a petrifying saliva that can throw it can throw at its enemies, and has a breath that crystallizes its enemies into glass or dulls the monster hunter's weapons immediately. That would be such a cool thing to fight. And then we have the Nako Agul, which is just a big giant leopard. And then we have the Gilkuza, which is just this absolutely disgusting looking zombie wyvern. Which just looks so cool. Now, the only thing that we got that was like a Monster Hunter Orage and crossover with the games is that we got, I think it was a Switch Axe, which was kind of fucking lame. It was pretty fucking lame. And then I think, yeah, this is, I think, like an original weapon for the manga. Yeah. It's like a bladed whip. Which, I don't know how the mechanics would work in the game, but it sure is cool. I just want a Monster Hunter game before the Cataclysm. Well, they're coming up with a new expansion. There's a Plus skin for the Palico. No. Not to my knowledge, no. I think the only thing that we got from Orage or Orage or whatever it's fucking called, I think it's French. Oraju. The only thing that we got, I think, was a weapon called the Lion's Bane. Then what is a... Oh, I have no idea. No, like, the only thing that we really got was, like, I think it was called the Lion's Bane weapon. Which sucks. Yeah, so we're only getting like a new expansion, but still though, I'm getting my favorite Elder Dragon. I'm getting my favorite Elder Dragon in the game, and I am a happy little boy right now. I fucking love this thing so much. I can finally fight this thing now. Because I got introduced into Monster Hunter way after this guy was introduced. Yeah, no, the big boy is coming. He's like he's kind of like the original, like, kaiju-styled Elder Dragon. The only other thing that I can think of that comes to mind is maybe Zora Magnaros. Yeah, he's a chunky boy. Yeah, no, he is an absolute chunky boy. Closest thing to that aesthetic was anime kaiju number 8. I have never well, I lie. I watched like maybe one episode of kaiju number 8. Which I liked it, but again, it's just one of those animes that I picked up, liked, dropped it one time, and never went back. I need to finish the story. I do too. I really do. And I really liked it too. Like, that's the thing, is like, it's right up my alley because I love kaijus. But yeah. So let me see here real quick. So I want to take a look at this trailer here for Terrible Lizards that someone wanted to show me. Because this is a dinosaur-themed horror game that looks kind of like a weird mishmash of like Resident Evil and like some kind, or not Resident Evil, but like Five Nights at Freddy's and some kind of like cosmic horror, whatever. And like, I watched like the initial like teaser trailer for it and I was not that impressed. So maybe this will kind of turn me around a little bit. I need to continue Wilds as well. Dalton's Dinos. So it's wait, hold up, hold a flying fuck here. $1.20 for gas. Life was really simple back in the 90s, wasn't it? Life was so simple. I hate it here. I absolutely fucking hate it here. Yeah, no, it's so fucking awful. I mean, like, so far it looks okay. It looks kind of interesting. So we get like a weird kind of like dinosaur human hybrid. Oh, there's a Dilophosaurus. Oh, wait, hold up. Go back. So I guess maybe there's actual dinosaurs in the game. Like it was like a brief like. Yeah, okay, so there is dinosaurs in the game, like actual like what looks like full-blown dinosaurs. So I'm guessing there's so from what I'm guessing is that I guess you have to like dodge the weirdos in the costumes, and then I'm guessing the weird dinosaur human troglodytes. I'm guessing as the plot progresses, I assume. Yeah, so like these weird ass looking things. I will say that's freaky. That right there is fucking freaky. I have seen that. Yeah, I kind of want to go over that as well. But yeah, no, that right there is actually kind of freaky. Yeah, it's almost like a weird like abomination of like the whole suit design. So I mean, like I'll probably give it a I'll probably give it a play. That is super freaky. It really is. I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit too harsh on it, but maybe I'll give it a try. Yeah, I'll definitely probably give it a try. I'll probably put it on my wish list. Although yeah, I do want to watch the trailer for what is it? The End of Oak Street. So let me see here. Let's see here. The End of Oak Street trailer. Here we go. Okay. I would be happy if it was just a Dilo. I would too, but like I mean like if we get more of like the weird dinosaur human troglodytes, I'm fine too. You get 2 hours of gameplay before a refund. That is true. No, that is true. All right, so let's take a look at the End of Oak Street. So I like the premise. So I like the premise of like an entire suburban neighborhood gets transported back to what I'm assuming is the Jurassic.
The wind was blowing all crazy. Starbuck was freaked out and barking.
Could have been lights from a helicopter.
Or a UFO. Aliens.
Shut up, Dad.
Oh, I'm excited for this movie too. Also, hi Zora, how you doing? Yeah, no, I'm very excited about this too. This looks interesting.
Water's not working.
Looks like the whole neighborhood's lost power.
The hell was that?
Okay, so what we have here, so if I were to kind of like go over some of the animals in this movie. So I'm assuming that is probably a ankylosaur of some variety.
We can't leave.
It follows.
Our neighborhood.
So looking at that, that's probably a stegosaur. So looking at that is probably a stegosaur.
Our whole street has moved.
How the hell is that even possible? Get out of there! Run!
Now, so, okay, so looking at that, if I were to take a guess of what this animal is. So if I were to take a guess at what exactly that animal is, judging by its looks, I would say it's more than likely some kind of coelophysid. Maybe Gojirosaurus? Because that was, now granted, Gojirosaurus is also the largest of the coelophysid family, but it's also, if I remember correctly, it is a dubious taxona, so there's really not a whole lot to go off of. But if I were a betting man, just by looking at just the overall build of it, yeah, I would say it's probably a Gojirosaurus. Which is cool, which is really, really cool, because I always love seeing coelophysids represented in media. Which, also, that would be kind of strange, because if I remember correctly, I think Gojirosaurus, I think that's Triassic, I want to say. Maybe it's a Triassic. Yeah, it's a late Triassic. But it fits. But it overall fits, though. So the pterosaurs here, these are clearly Rhamphorhynchus. So yeah, these are clearly Rhamphorhynchus. I could tell by the little, yep, so they have a very long snout or a long beak, and they also have that very long tail with a diamond tip at the end. It's very indicative of Rhamphorhynchus. Rhamphorhynchus was, from what we've gathered, Rhamphorhynchus was more of like a, kind of like a seabird. It was very much like a seabird, and also these are very big. These are very big Rhamphorhynchus. Let me actually just double check that real quick. Let's see here, Rhamphorhynchus. Yeah, they're no. Looking at it and looking at this little picture I got here, they might be a little bit on the bigger side, but it's not too far off. They're about the size of a small. They're about the size of a small cat. Almost, maybe a small, like a very, very small dog, maybe like a corgi. Yeah, well, it's funny because there is a pterosaur named after Aerodactyl. It's very tiny, but it's known as the Aerodactylus. But yeah, Rhamphorhynchus, they would probably be a little bit more afraid of them. But also Rhamphorhynchus also were, I would say, almost strictly piscivores. They ate fish. In fact, their interlocking teeth and their beaks are designed to catch things like squid and fish.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna survive.
So this is something I want to bring up because I remember seeing the Allosaurus that's coming up.
God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us?
What about the people who are out there getting eaten?
Okay, so this right here, I have some gripes. I have some gripes here. So it looks like the Allosaurus in this movie is just the same model they used for Jurassic World. I can see a little bit of that. But what's interesting about this is that the Allosaurus has feathers, which is very unique for Allosaurus because it's more than likely that Allosaurus more than likely probably didn't have feathers because weirdly enough, we have a ton of like stuff about Allosaurus. Like we have tons of fossils about this guy. Now the other thing is that the wrists are wrong. So the wrists here are in a, what I would call like a push-up motion. They're kind of curled inward. Now typically that would mean like the hands are broken. Now, typically speaking, when it comes to mainly like theropod dinosaurs and stuff, their hands would be facing inward, like palms inward in a clapping motion. Like birds. And also, back to like Rampharinkus, I don't know if they would have feathers because, so if you don't know, pterosaurs had what are known as pictofibers, which are basically kind of like feathers. Kind of like feathers in a weird way. They're more meant for like insulating the animal while they're in flight. Hollywood is always screwing up. They are, but it's always nice to see when they actually have it. But yeah, it looks like they're probably... Also, hey, Ranma, how you doing? But it looks like they're probably basing this off of the Jurassic World design, which isn't a bad one, but I kind of wanted to see if they would actually have like a actual like Allosaurus model instead of just like copy and pasting. But it's nice to see that we have Allosauruses being represented more and more. Yeah, it's so weird to see, you know, feathers here, but yet we have like these keratinous I guess, well, they're not osteoderms, these keratinous spikes going down the back. It's a really weird combination. Now, if I were to guess what species of Allosaurus that is, that's more than likely Allosaurus fragilis. That is the more common species of Allosaurus that everyone's known, basically. Listen, as an Allosaurus, it's my favorite dinosaur, so I'm happy. No, and that's fine. Like more power to you. I'm just glad that it's not like another Tyrannosaur. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad it's like not a T-Rex or something like a just, you know, generic, you know, Tyrannosaur. Although it'd be kind of cool if we got something like, say, a Eutyrannus. That would be kind of cool to kind of mix it up a little bit. But no, it's just cool to see that we have a kind of like a B-list theropod, for the most part, get some bit of limelight. And I'm very happy. So, no, I am very excited to see this movie, and I'm going to try to go to it. The other one that I really want to see is Masters of the Universe. I really, really want to see that movie so badly. It looks really good. I have heard a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things about that movie. Either people really like it or they don't. Like, I've heard people going, oh, it's just woke Hollywood trying to break down toxic masculinity. They will in He-Man. I'm just like, bro, shut up. I just want to watch a good movie. Doing good work. Work finally started getting less crazy, and I have finally time to veg and build. Currently building. Nice. I heard a lot of really good things about that kid. Get some more unique dinos on screen. Yes. Yes. No. Absolutely. Just don't do what Primitive War did. Just don't do what Primitive War did. If you do what Primitive War did, I will fucking smack you. Saw the He-Man movie last night. It was really... Yeah, I hear a lot of people really like that movie. The funny thing with the He-Man movie is that the actor for He-Man actually recreated the "Hey, what's going on" meme. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, you fucking won me over. You won me over, you goddamn silly. But no, I just hope that they don't just do what they just don't do what Primitive War did, which was take the Vistatosaurus from the 2005's King Kong movie and then slap the Jurassic Park T-Rex's head on top of it and covered it in with a little bit of feathers and said, like, here you go. Plus the fact that I got the S&P viewers. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That actually looks really good. And I wish it wasn't $200. That's the only thing I could say about that kit. It looks good. I want it. No, like the kit looks really good. I just wish it wasn't $200. That's like my biggest pet peeve is that I'm just like, why is it $200? I mean, like, I get it. It's like the whole gimmick behind it. I completely understand that, but I'm just like, now I'll never know how. I'll never know the funny thing about the He-Man movie. Well, I will repeat it when we get back from ads, because I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. So I'll be right back, everybody. Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. No, so what I was saying before the ad break and everything. So the funny thing about the He-Man movie is that the actor for He-Man actually did the whole "Hey, what's going on" meme, and it was really fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty damn funny. Let me see here. What else was I gonna look up? I was gonna look up this new dinosaur game. The way I see it, because of the size and the gears, it contributed to the price. From what I remember, the S&P Super Train Megazord was near or around the same price. And they're relatively the same size in robot mode. Looking at Toku's. No, and that's fair. That's fair. No, it's just like I have a lot of other shit that's coming out this month, and if HobbyLink would allow cancellations, I would have gotten it. I would have absolutely gotten it. What was it called? New dinosaur game. I keep forgetting what the name of this thing is. But it's a really cool game. Lost Wild. That's what it's called. Lost Wild. Yeah, Lost Wild. So because right now I'm kind of in a dinosaur mood before we move on to other stuff. So I'm not defending the price at all. I wish it, no, I know you're not, but I'm just saying it's just like I got other stuff that's coming out this month that I can't cancel because HobbyLink right now because of the tariffs. So I made my bed and I'm gonna lay in it, which is fine because I get a big monkey. So I mean it's a trade-off. Okay, so this is called The Lost Wild. This is so cool.
So, what was your favorite from today?
I liked the Allosaur.
Okay, this is what I wish the end of Oak Street Allosaurus looked like.
What did you like about it?
He's big and loud.
So, what's kind of interesting about the Allosaurus and its lineage, so this also includes its cousins, like, say, the Carcharodontosaurs, which also gives rise to things like Giganotosaurus, is that these were meant to combat and take down sauropods. So, things like, say, Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus. I just want to play a Microraptor making his way to the top. That would be something like, say, Path of Titans. Path of Titans, or like, say, the Isle. But yeah, so here we also have the keratinous quills or spikes. But this, I like this a little bit more. Yeah, it has the osteoderms, but to me, this just looks overall better. It's just kind of weird to see feathers on an Allosaurus. It's something I'm not used to. But yeah, so Allosaurus and its relatives basically were designed to take down large prey like, say, sauropods. And this will further show with its relatives like, say, Giganotosaurus, that was meant to take down things like, say, Titanosaurs, like Argentinosaurus. Because their teeth were more akin to something like, say, a sword, where something like, say, Tyrannosaurus Rex was built more like a hammer. One is meant for a precision slice, the other one is just pure blunt force fuck you to your face. One is death by 1,000 cuts, one is you only got one shot and you're going down. There ain't no second bell. Now, the raptors here. So, looking at the raptors, these are more than likely Deinonychus. Because I've mentioned this in the other stream, or I think I did. But, in any case. So, this would be Deinonychus. So, what's interesting about Deinonychus is that this species of raptor right here is a very special one because this also was the dinosaur that sparked the dinosaur renaissance. And what really kind of cemented the whole avian-like dinosaur. Because at the time that Deinonychus was discovered, it was more of like a commonly accepted that dinosaurs were just big, scaly, like, monsters, right? Of course, you had some odd ones here, like Archaeopteryx, for example, was just kind of like a fluke. But for the most part, dinosaurs were mostly just big, scaly reptiles. And then comes Deinonychus, which is basically, it was essentially kind of like just more bird than dinosaur. Which is also interesting because Deinonychus is also the raptor that inspired the raptors from Jurassic Park. In fact, they are based on Deinonychus. They're only called Velociraptor for marketing, because Velociraptor sounds a lot better in advertisements and movies and stuff like that than, say, Deinonychus. It's a lot easier to say, too. Which is funny because Jurassic Park kind of rectifies this a little bit. Because in Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Rebirth, they kind of sort of give the raptors a Velociraptor head, but they still keep it on a Deinonychus body. So it's effectively a hybrid. But I like this. But I like these raptors, though, because they're completely covered head to tail in feathers, which is basically what we know raptors had. There's no doubt that raptors had feathers. A lot of them probably had very, very big plumage, or very bright and colorful plumage, like what we see here. I like how they actually kind of move very bird-like. So basically, these animals would have acted more of like a giant murder groundhog rather than a big lizard tiger. And so the pterosaurs we see here, these are dimorphodons. That right there is a Hasagopteryx. It's not a Quetzalcoatlus. It's Quetzalcoatlus's equally as giant cousin from Europe. And this is probably what makes Asdarchids extremely fucking terrifying. Right? This is what makes Asdarchids extremely terrifying. Is that we've kind of... Hang on real quick. So we've kind of sort of theorized that they mostly kind of hunted on the ground for the most part. Which, honestly, it's kind of terrifying to think that this thing is chasing after you. And then it can skewer you with its giant beak and then basically swallow you alive. Yeah, they're essentially weird murder sky giraffes. In fact, actually, Quetzalcoatlus is tall enough to actually look down a tyrannosaur. Now, what's also really interesting about this... So, if we look here, they actually got the wing anatomy pretty good, actually. So, we have the correct posture for the wing. So the wing is just an extended pinky finger. So how a pterosaur's wings operate is that it is basically an extension of their hand. So we can see the two fingers here. So we can kind of see the two fingers here. And this long wing here is just an extension of a pinky finger. In fact, it actually is the pinky finger. So we have that, and then it basically stretches all the way down from their pinky finger down to pretty much their ankle. And then what's also really interesting, and a lot of people don't really kind of get, is that there is a little bit of a membrane that stretches from their ankle to basically their butt or the base of their tail, which is what we kind of see right there. So effectively, pterosaurs fly on basically just a giant fucking wingsuit. And a lot of them were more than likely gliders / maybe very, very good flyers. But things like the Asdarchids, they could pretty much... They're pretty much very, very good gliders. Like, kind of like, I would say maybe like, say, condors is what I would probably compare them to in terms of their flying behavior. Maybe like condors. But yeah, right there. That right there is pretty much how they would probably hunt their prey. is just gallop. It would just pretty much gallop like a giraffe. And that is the last thing you will see before you get skewered. I'm really curious to see what other animals they have besides Deinonychus, Allosaurus, and obviously Hazagopteryx. Ooh, 2027. Oh no, I'm super excited for this. I'm super, super excited for this. Okay, so yeah, no, like prehistoric animals are pretty fucking metal. Right? A lot of them are pretty damn metal. That's why I absolutely adore paleontology. All right, so there we go. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. I do want to make a little bit of an announcement to make. It's not Umari Tomoe, but we do have a little bit of an announcement to make. And that is my very good friend, Sir Phobos, is debuting his... he is actually debuting as a VTuber this Saturday. So he is finally going to be a VTuber. I know he's been very, very, very excited for it. And it's been a long time. And I do mean it's been a long time coming. And his model is super adorable. But yeah, so he will be debuting as a VTuber on Saturday at 10 p.m. I don't know what time period or what time zone Arizona is. Can't remember. But yeah, so let me see here. What I'm very bad at time zones. Hang on, give me a second here. What time zone? Let's see here. Give me a second here. Okay, so it's 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, he's a cute little femboy. Yeah, he's a cute little femboy themed or I'm sorry, a cute little Zoids themed femboy. So yeah, go check him out. In fact, actually, let me give him a shout out real quick. Hang on real quick. Why is it hang on, give me a second here. Hang on, give me a second here. There we go. Okay, yeah. So go give him a follow. Also, hang on real quick. I have a phone call. Hang on. I will be right back, everybody. All right, sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, so Phobos is going to be debuting on Saturday. So, probably Saturday stream might be, well, we'll see how it goes, because I know when it comes to my time, that's going to be about 1. Also, thank you for redeeming your daily park entrance, Rama. Thank you. So, also, hang on, let me see here. Fuck, where's that head pat? Let's see here. There we go. Yep, see, it's fixed. Finally. Okay. So yeah, no, we're all gonna say hi to Phobos during his debut. I don't know if stream will be canceled. I'll probably will, just, you know, so that way I can be there for his debut. But we'll see. Okay. So, now, the other thing that I wanted to bring up, and this made me absolutely shit my pants when I saw this. So, for a very hot while, right? So, a very hot while, there has been whispers of a new Spyro game. Like, Spyro was going to get a new game, and people have been talking about it for, I want to say, since the Reignited trilogy debuted. Right? Like, it's been a hot subject, especially since Crash Bandicoot got a new game, which was I think it was like what, just about time or something like that. So especially since when Crash got a new game, people have been wondering, oh well, where's Spyro? How come Spyro hasn't got a new game? When's the new Spyro game coming out? And then Toys for Bob, I think, dropped like a few breadcrumbs here and there throughout the years. But now we're actually finally getting a brand new Spyro game. Like, this is not a remake of Enter the Dragonfly. This is like a full-blown ass Spyro game. And I'm so excited for this. Like, this just looks so good. Just now someone brought this up. Now, someone brought this up with Spyro's design. Hang on, let me see if I can get a good shot of his face. So, looking at Spyro, right? Someone sat there and said, I can't put my finger on it, but it looks like they might have hired a furry artist for Spyro. The only complaint I've seen was that Spyro's head spikes turn into hair. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It's spiked. Yeah. So someone sat there and said, like, look, his appearance looks like someone had it looks like someone hired a furry artist, and honestly, I can kind of see it. I personally don't mind it. I don't know how I feel about the whole, like, he has just coiffed hair now. But also, I feel like if he just had his regular spikes, it would just look like Spyro from the original trilogy, but bigger. So, on one hand, I kind of like it, but on the other hand, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the coiffed hair. And Tom Kenny is, in fact, reprising his role as Spyro. Spyro, A Realm Beyond. Now, this looks really good. So, I'm guessing they're going to emphasize a lot more on the flying aspect of Spyro. Oh, he's got a mohawk mane. He kind of does, yeah. He kind of does. But still, though, I am super excited for this. And normally, I don't stream Spyro because Spyro is my comfy game. Spyro is like my little escapist. It's like my little fidget toy. Like, in fact, actually, I think it's Nyx, right? I think it's Nyx who will sit there and message me. Who sat there and messaged me. She's like, I know you're not doing anything. I'm like, wait, what? Why you say that? She goes, because you're playing Spyro. And I know when you play Spyro, you got nothing going on. And I'm like, fuck, she's right. But I don't know. I'll make an exception. I will probably make an exception to play Spyro on stream for you guys when this game drops. But just, oh, it feels so good to have a new Spyro game. No, it feels so fucking good to have a new Spyro game so badly. But let me see here. So now this dropped completely the fuck out of nowhere. And so did this. So this completely dropped. So this is a trailer for Halo Campaign Evolved. And what this is, go through the whole series. I will. Like I said, I will make an exception. Now, this right here dropped, and this is the Sergeant Johnson mission for Halo Campaign Evolved. So this takes place, I believe, I want to say a year. So this takes place about a year before the events of Halo Combat Evolved. Which is cool. I like the fact that we are... So what this is that this is actually the Mark IV. This is the Mark IV armor. This is actually the Mark IV armor I think we see in, I want to say, the package. It's either from the package anime anthology short, or I believe this is from Nightfall, I want to say. Or it also could be also a reference to the Halo Wars trailer where they had Spartans with this particular helmet on. Yeah. Now, this right here made me lose my shit. So, Sergeant Johnson, he looks really good. Someone said he looks like Harvey Dent, and that made me lose my ever-loving mind, because he kind of does. Or not Harvey. What's his fucking name? Not Harvey Dent. Fuck, I forgot his name. He's a black celebrity. I forgot his name. But what I like here is that he is wearing the... So he's wearing the Orion armor. So if you know anything about Halo lore, the Steve Harvey, thank you, Steve Harvey. Thank you. Yeah, he looks like Steve Harvey. So the Orion armor here, this is what Johnson wore when he was part of the Orion Project. So the Orion Project was the first iteration of what we will now call the Spartans. So the Orion Project was basically the UNSC's first attempt at making a super soldier. It didn't turn out well, and all candidates got washed out and were labeled with something known as Bourne syndrome, which basically fucked up their nervous system. And Johnson is also 72 years old. I just want to point that out. He is 72. Wasn't Johnson the one who got the nav computer protocol named after him? I don't know. No, I believe that is the Cole protocol. Yeah, that's the Cole protocol. No, it was not. He had a training academy named after him in Halo Infinite. But yeah, so this right here is the Orion armor in all of its glory. And it's actually a nod to what the Master Chief was going to look like way back in the day. And I like how the little missile pod here, it's known as a shoulder angel. It's called a Shoulder Angel rocket
Are
pod.
you ready to get to it? The thing with simple jobs is they always
So, hang on. So we see so for the first time, we actually have the Spiker. So the Spiker makes a comeback, and it looks really good. This thing just looks so nasty. So the thing with Spikers is that these are a handheld, basically a handheld rifle for the brutes. It's almost kind of like their answer to like a SMG or something akin to that, or like the assault rifle. And what they do is that they shoot out superheated tungsten spikes that are hot enough to melt through armor and impale you into solid concrete.
they always
So we also have the SMG comeback, and then we have brutes,
plans change.
and then we get space combat. So this is the first time we've ever had space combat in a Halo game since Halo Reach. And it's also the first time we've ever got to play in an official Halo game, not counting mods, but in a official Halo game where we get to play in a Seraph starfighter.
Odds get worse. My advice: bring a Spartan.
Like, God, this is so fucking cool. Like, God damn, it's so cool. I like the fact that brutes, like our human. Yeah, no, exactly. So brutes mainly like our weapon because it's right up their alley. However, elites don't even want to touch our weapons because they see it as barbaric, primitive, and dirty. They do not want to touch our weapons like at all. And I remember there was a trailer. There was like a full-on trailer somewhere where they kind of go a little bit more into detail about the oh, what is this? Oh, what is this? Hold on, what the hell is this? Is this like BioShock? Wait, is this BioShock?
This place is ripe for changing the course of history.
This Clockwork Revolution. I'm not a steampunk fan. But this looks interesting. No, I wanted to see the Halo trailer. I probably need to... Hang on, let me see here. Let me do Halo Campaign Evolved trailer. Operation Meteorite. So Operation Meteorite. Okay. Okay, here we go. Look it up on YouTube. I am.
You've heard the story. Halo.
Okay.
The chief.
Like, so far, I'm liking this. I like how Keys looks in this game. He looks really good. You know, let me see if I can crank up the volume, or not the volume, but the quality real quick. Let's see if that helps. There we go, much better.
You've heard the story.
Oh, maybe not. Nope, maybe not. Hang on, let me see here. What if I just do... What if I do 1080?
Halo.
That's better. Yeah, this looks really good. God, he looks so good.
But that's not the story I'm telling today. This
1 year before the
you
rain.
haven't heard. I've started simple enough.
So I'm wondering with that jackal right there. I wonder if that's a ship mistress. Because she looks very elaborate for a jackal.
And grab the goods. Get out before anyone noticed.
Yeah, because her plumage is a lot more like vibrant and doesn't seem to have a point defense gauntlet, aka the little shield that they have.
Well, guess what? They noticed.
And I noticed the colors are a little different too. So there's a lot of emphasis on like white and gold and like purple. So I'm wondering if this is a different fleet.
Now you ready to get to it? You served long enough. You learn to read a battlefield. This place, more of a freak.
I like how there is a needle rifle, because this was actually like my favorite weapon in Halo Reach. And ooh, that looks nice. That looks genuinely really, really nice.
More of a freak show. And trust me.
So this is kind of interesting. So I'm wondering if this implies that they're trying to clone elites.
I know, freaky.
Have you enjoyed your stay so far, Demon?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're on the clock.
So looking at that prophet, he looks kind of young. He does, and also he doesn't look as the fact that the let's see, this stanchion. Oh, are you talking about the rifle that Johnson's using? And also looking at this prophet, he doesn't look as inbred. He doesn't look as inbred as, say, Truth, Mercy, and Regret. He doesn't have an uberously long neck. And his face looks pretty young. Okay, yeah. No, I'm actually very surprised that's in the game too. So yeah, I'm wondering if this is like a younger Sang Shayum.
Demon?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're on the clock. The thing with simple jobs is they all
Oh shit.
complicated. Plans change. Odds get worse.
Okay, so we got SMGs.
Bring a Spartan.
3 all new missions. So I like that I wonder God, I can't speak. Now, I'm wondering with this new mission, this little side mission, I'm wondering if it's going to be included for free or do you got to pay for it? Because if you got to pay for it, I'm going to actually be a little bit upset.
Chief, you ever get tired of being the strong, almost silent type?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that was kind of funny. Nah, he's just wearing a ton of beauty products to look very demure. I can see that. I can kind of see it. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Yoi. How you doing? But so, okay, I brought this up with a bunch of people. So I brought this up yesterday while I was in the server. Because we were kind of going over what you're getting with the different editions with this game. And I sat there and said that this looks like a crock of bullshit. So for like the premium edition, right? you're paying $70, right? You're paying only $70 for this, the full game, skins, weapon skins, a classic skin. So a classic skin, I don't know what that is. And then you're getting 3 digital art books and a digital manual. I'm so glad that you're including the manual as like your little gift. I'm so happy. Thank you. Gee, thanks. I don't know. To me, this just looks like a ripoff. If you're paying $70, I don't know. To me, I just feel like that's a ripoff. I want something like, look, if I'm paying $70, right? If I'm paying $70 for all of this, right? So all of this, I better get like, I don't know, like a tote bag, a shirt, a keychain, just something else that I can actually physically touch. You know, something that is tangible. Yeah, I'd rather have a physical one. But the problem is that, because I don't think they'll show it here. I'll have to show it on my Steam. Yeah, I'll have to show this on my Steam. So, to go on Steam real quick. And by the way, this is coming out next month. I want to let you guys know that. This is coming out next month, by the way. Okay, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Hang on. There we go. So if I look up, here we go. Campaign evolved. So the base game itself is $50. Right? So the base game itself is about $50. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so it's about $50. And because apparently the collector's edition is completely sold out online. Let me see here. Let me find the... See if I can find the different editions real quick for you guys. View all. Okay, so probably not on Steam. Oh, my birth month, which I'm still excited for. No, like, I'm still excited for it too. Also, happy early birthday. Let me see here real quick. Let me see here. Let's do Halo Campaign Evolved Collector's Edition. Yeah, so apparently the Collector's Edition is already sold out online, and people are reselling it for exorbitant amount of prices. Like, we're already seeing like people reselling it for about $700. That is absolutely fucking nuts. If you ask me, that is completely fucking insane. But then again, you know, scalpers be scalping. I say this as I bought something from a scalper just recently. I'm not proud of it. To be fair, it was the only way I could find a Hammond collection in Dominus Rex. Yeah. No, scalpers are sometimes a necessary evil. Yeah, I gotta love it. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay. So, looking over here. Let me see here. Let's look over here. So, this is what I expect. So, the Legendary Edition, or the Collector's Edition, is about $200. But look what you're getting. Look what you're getting for $200. You are getting a digital art book. You are getting digital short stories, Hungry Buzzers. You're getting a digital manual. You are getting Foundry armor pack. So we get the classic color, and I don't know what that's supposed to be, right? I don't know what that's supposed to be. You're getting the previous armor color, the previous armors that I showed earlier, plus the skins. You get what looks to be like a steel book with the game. You get Cortana's little AI chip. but you're also getting this bitchin' ass statue. This is what I want. This right here is what I want. If you were to just give me like, so back in the day when you would pre-order Halo Reach, right? So when you would pre-order Halo Reach, you would get the regular edition, you would get the, I believe it's called the Heroic Edition, and then you would get the Legendary Edition. The Heroic Edition came in with this really cool little file cabinet like case. And you would get a bunch of goodies. You would get like Dr. Halsey's journal. I still have this, by the way. It's beat up to shit, but I still got it. So you get Dr. Halsey's journal. You get a bunch of patches. You get a bunch of other really cool in-lore stuff. You feel like you got Dr. Halsey's little cabinet, basically. Her little dresser drawer. And also you get like a code to unlock the Elite Officer armor. Like you got so much stuff for about the same price, for about $70, right? But this was all physical media that you could hold in your hand and show it off like you got like your fucking biggest dickus. And then when you got the Legendary Edition, you got all of this plus a statue of Noble Team, which I think it was like $100 at the time. But still, I love it, and I miss the days where you can actually do that stuff. Now it's just all digital stuff. So like if I'm getting $70 and all I'm getting is a bunch of in-game digital items, I'm gonna feel fucking ripped off. I wasted and toiled away basically 2 whole weeks at a job just for something that I can't even really physically hold in my hand. Sorry, I'm gonna feel a little like I just got ripped off. No, sorry, I'm gonna feel a little gypped there. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking bullshit. Let me see here. So let me see here. What else do we have that we can go over? Oh, okay. So my friend Cardin kind of posted this. So speaking of Xbox, I saw this. Yeah, no, which is fair. Yeah, no, exactly. Because like if I'm gonna put in my hard-earned money, and that's all I get, yeah, I'm gonna be a little pissed. I'm gonna be very pissed, actually. So my friend Cardin retweeted this on her Twitter. So here we have like this really cool looking classic see-through green Xbox. Like looking at this makes me feel old as fuck, and it's giving me a rush of nostalgia. And then we get this. This right here is giving me a ton of nostalgia. Now, granted, growing up, I never had the really cool clear Xbox. I only had the original. I had the original black one. And I remember seeing like a couple of people that I knew who had the clear green Xbox, and it was cool as shit. But no, it's just cool that they're actually like they're actually like doing this, and it's making me actually want to kind of fork over the cash to get an Xbox Series X. Let me see here. What else do we got here that's also like worth watching? Because like when it comes to games, I'm a little picky now because I don't really buy like a whole lot of like say like AAA title games. I buy a lot of indie stuff nowadays. Like you really got to impress me or you tickle that little nostalgia for me like Spyro. Oh, wait, they're doing Crazy Taxi. I remember a lot of people back in the day would play Crazy Taxi. I never did. I never played Crazy Taxi. It was just not for me. I never really played it just because I never really got the appeal of it. I know a childhood friend of mine who played I guess you could say like the Family Guy version of this, because he played Family Guy the game, or was it The Simpsons? I can't remember. But it was essentially that, but Crazy Taxi. So I can see why people like it. I know it's a beloved old school game, but for me personally, I just never really got into it. Now, the other really cool thing about Halo is that apparently it's also coming to PlayStation. Yes, okay, Simpson. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so apparently Halo is coming to PlayStation, which is really surprising. Because for the longest time, Halo was just Xbox exclusive. And now, to the point where Master Chief is essentially the mascot for the Xbox. So it's a little fucking weird to see him on the PlayStation. It's almost like seeing like Mario, right? It's almost like looking at Mario on like the Xbox next to Master Chief, right? Like it's a little weird. Like it's genuinely really fucking weird. So it makes me wonder, like, what exactly is going on with Microsoft? Like, I know for a fact Halo Infinite didn't do the numbers that they wanted to. But I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's weird. To me, it's just weird. Ooh, okay. So apparently Kentucky Ballistics uploaded a new video today. And I kind of want to watch it with you guys. Hang on, let me see here. Yeah, so Kentucky Ballistics just launched a new video today. And I want to watch this with you because I really love this guy's videos. There we go. So this is called The Knife That Thinks It's a Wheel Gun. The Meligun MG25 and MG22. This sounds really interesting.
Hey W, hey.
Look at that. Look at that fat.
Am I wearing pants? You're actually
I mean, technically, yes, you are wearing pants.
There you go.
What the fuck? Man, that's not a knife.
Thanks.
Man, that's not a knife. That's a pussy knife. I want to know, where does he get these props? I just want to know, where the fuck does this man actually get like these props? Because that's kind of crazy.
Thanks. Yep, no problem. Anytime.
What? What? Kentucky Ballistics.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And today,
yeah,
knives, but these are no ordinary knives. These things are actually guns. These are
wait,
gun, and I have
wait, it's a fucking gun blade. It's a gun blade from Final Fantasy.
Two flavors today: 22 long rifle and 25 ACP. The barrel of this thing
hold
is
up.
located just above the blade, and
so wait, see, that looks like scratch build, but that makes sense. I'm just wondering, like,
load it, you just push.
I want to know what is the kickback on this thing, because so it's using rifle rounds.
This little button, the whole handle opens up, and then you'll see there's a cylinder in there, just like a revolver.
What the fuck?
Close the
Time
handle,
to bring up my gun breaker build.
and
Yeah, no, like, if you want to be an IRL gun breaker, here you go. Like, you could shank a motherfucker, and then while you're, shanking their guts, you could just shoot them.
You just turn this little lever, and then your trigger pops down.
What
You can
the
hold it this way
fuck?
Or this way, and then just pull the trigger until you're out of ammo. And when you're out of ammo, that's okay because you're left with a giant knife. I am very excited.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm out of ammo. Oh wait, I have a giant knife. For when you want to stab someone, but from far away. Yeah, no, it's like that. I remember watching like a Counter-Strike video where it's like they put a silencer on the knife and a scope on the knife.
Knives today. I have lots of stuff for us to test them out against, including a ballistic dummy lab zombie torso. So now let's
Yeah,
get
I
set
looked
up
up how
and
much
get
these
started. You know,
zombie
the only
torsos
thing I
are.
hate
They're
more than
expensive.
Spam is spam. But thankfully there's
Yeah,
companies
fuck
out there
spam.
like today's
We hate
sponsor,
spam
Aura,
in this
and they
house.
clobber spam.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
companies out there called data brokers.
Man, that's a
They
big
make
cock.
billions selling your personal information to marketers and scammers.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna hit that big cock.
But thankfully, there's companies out there like Aura. Aura is an all.
Yeah, we love Aura.
You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like having a pistol but no ammo. But that's why I always carry a backup bat.
No, not my cock.
Oh.
He took off the head of my cock. How dare he? How dare you decapitate my cock like that, good sir?
With Aura,
Now what am I gonna do to impress the ladies?
you're going to get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web. You
Never
know,
had
real-time
spam?
fraud
I never
alerts
had spam
for
either, and I
accredited
don't really
banking,
want to.
24/7 monitoring to help.
I know because of spam, I know a lot of like South Pacific Islanders are really obese because of the introduction of spam.
Keep your identity secure, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and more.
And come on,
USA
read the
support
script
available
better.
around the clock if something goes wrong. So how does it make you feel that these companies are making bukus of money off of your data? Tell you how it makes me feel. It makes me really mad.
Yeah.
There's something about it. You can swing over to aura.com/Kentucky, or you can click my
I want
link in
some
the description down below.
cocktail,
And when you
a
do
nice
that,
cocktail.
you're gonna get 14
But you
days
gotta
free,
wait,
and during that
Sin.
14
You gotta
days,
wait
you
until
will find out
later.
where your personal information has been exposed and sold. Again, a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it.
Yeah!
First, we're gonna
Avenge
try 'em
my
out and
cock.
See if they work. I'm loaded up with 22 long rifle in the red and 25 ACP in the green. Here we go. Oh.
Damn, that's nice. Wait, hold up. Can we stab him? Wait, I want to see what happens if you stab him and then press the trigger. Wait for your cocktail. Yeah, I'd make a good cocktail.
That is interesting.
Man, I want you to run up to that zombie torso and just stab him and then shoot him. Also, we're about to have an ad break in about 10 seconds.
So, check out my fingers.
Damn!
There's all kinds of like
Residue
soot and I guess just burnt gunpowder.
All right, so we're going to run the ads. I'm going to put the Be Right Back screen on, and then when we get back, we'll watch more of this. So I'll catch you guys here in a little bit. Okay. Alright, there we go. Stop trying to sell me apartments. Goddamn, Jeff Goldblum. He's trying to sell apartments to a dinosaur or something like that. Oh, wait. Okay. So let's take a look at these.
Blast, whatever you want to
Also got
call
an
it,
apple.
coming out of this thing and hitting me all in the hands. I definitely don't think you're going to get past airport security after shooting one of these things. All right, let's try out the 25 ACP. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to
I'm
explain that to
upside
airport
down.
security.
Let's go this way. I'm going to go ahead and say that the 25 ACP is more pleasant to shoot than the 22 long rifle.
That's still so freaking wild, though.
I did not feel as much muzzle blast coming out of that. You know, 22 long rifle is just a dirty round.
Wait,
period.
how much
Like,
are
if you
these?
22 much, you know that it fouls up your gun a lot.
Wait, hold up.
So
How
that
much
seems a
are
lot
these
cleaner.
exactly?
I think I'm going to go with the 25
Can't believe
ACP so
with
far.
the.
We got some pretty important
Can't
events
believe.
coming up. The
I
first
can't believe
is the
with
250-year
have
anniversary of America.
gun
and the second,
gun knives,
you only
exactly.
got one more week to win the ballistic band.
Yeah!
Thinking, Scott, I already have a million shirts.
You're driving down the
Guess
highway
what?
going.
Now we got decals. We got bronze, silver,
Wait,
and gold.
hold up.
And gold
What
will get
are
you
these called?
30 entries.
The
Or if you want to pick up some merch, my new shirt this week
Melagun?
is my 250-year anniversary shirt for America.
Yeah, for
$5
America.
Spend on Kentucky Ballistics merch will get you one entry to win the ballistic.
Hell
Can
yeah!
you imagine this thing parked in your driveway? 1978 Pontiac.
We have gun knives. I mean, like, I mean, historically speaking, we've had, like, gun knives before. I mean, it's nothing really new. No, you're fine. But also just,
Custom built by
God, that is so nice. I'm not a luxury kind of guy, but like, that's something I'm like, I can spare a few.
Trans Am Depot, custom roadster shop chassis, Texas Speed LS motor, four-wheel drive.
Hell
and
yeah.
a modern vehicle. Can you imagine grabbing your Walmart pickup order and this bad boy? Forget about it. You are running out of time. You only got 1 week left. Pick up some merch or a decal and get entered to win
Yeah.
the Ballistic Bandit.
You ballistic mob bandit.
Before we stab and shoot Mr. Zombie, I want to try out a few other things. I'm loaded up with 22 and 25 ACP.
But where would you park it?
Stab
Anywhere.
this water jug.
Damn! Oh, that's nice. Hi, Vanara. Oh, that's
I have to
nice.
admit, that created quite a bit of pressure in my hand. I don't know if I got a little too close with that or what, but my little ring finger really felt that. I'm curious if this has something to do with how you hold it. Okay?
Leave it to white people to have this kind of energy for small
No, it's
PP.
still just as bad
Look,
as
look,
22,
look,
but-
look. Don't be mad here. Don't be mad here. That shit is badass. This shit is so badass. Look, for me, it's just I'm a dude. Okay, I consider myself a freaking dude. I am what you call a typical straight guy. I like my big guns. I like my big old cars. I like my good old muscle cars. Yeah, I know. I like the car. Yeah, Axel, I like the car. I want the car. Like, that car is so bad. It's like a high-rise muscle car. I love it.
That is bad. Oh,
You just got jammed.
Like, for me, like, I like muscle cars. I like my big old guns. I'm a proud patriot of my country. I fucking love this shit.
oh, there it goes. Up next, I have
I pull up to a fucking Walmart and it's like, oh no, don't mug me. Pull out my gun knife, be like, what you gonna do, bitch? Oh, is that you got a gun? Well, let me introduce you to my gun knife. I'm not. Look, okay, I'm gonna be real here. I'm not overcompensating. I just really like muscle cars. I think they're really cool. And that car right there is like right up my alley. I'm not a luxury guy, but I would not mind revving up in a parking lot and just doing donuts in that thing, just going.
giant grapefruit
and
a cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is up first.
No, I get it. Wait, shoot it. Oh! No, sink it in deeper. No, sink it in deeper and shoot it. Oh! I'm getting way too excited for this. It's a freaking exactly. America.
I think that'll do it. Now, I don't recommend that technique.
But no, I get it, Axel. I know you're joking.
Like that, you're going to cause quite the ruckus, and you're going to really make your cantaloupe taste weird.
Yeah.
But that was pretty effective.
Yeah, get it.
Inside.
Yeah.
Look at those wound channels.
Yeah, I do. My grandma used to teach me how to drive in hers.
The grapefruit. I'm going to stick it right there.
Yes, grapefruit. The only other produce Florida ever makes. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I would take grapefruit from my grapefruit tree and just throw them at people. I was not that popular with other kids. I was also the kid that got banned from watching Power Rangers because I would try to reenact the moves on other kids.
ACP, here we go.
I played rough.
Not bad.
Oh! Oh. Wait, what if... Oh my god, what if it was like a drum mag? Chat, what if this was like a drum mag? Oh wait, no, even better. What if there was like a silencer for this thing?
Our exit holes there. See if we can bust this thing open. Oh, yeah.
Look at all the juice. Damn.
Oh, we got a lot of. Actually, we got some unburnt powder in there, all the way through, all the way on this side. That's interesting. Okay.
Belt fed.
I know these things are made for up close and personal, but I'm
curious
if
you played gruff.
So, scenario: you encounter a giant rooster,
a giant cock.
Shoot him with your knife guns. I'm gonna start.
No, charge up to him. Charge up to him and just shoot it.
I'm gonna do the upside down technique because I feel like I can kind of aim with the blue.
I'm not gonna lie, this would kind of confuse the shit out of people. Right? This would just confuse the ever-loving fuck out of people. It's just like, give me all your money. Wait, why is he standing all the way over there? Why is he pointing the gun? Or why is he pointing a knife at me like that? And then just pow! Pingus! Yes, and just like that, pingus.
Here we go.
No, not my cock! Man, he's popping my cock.
Wow. I'm pretty impressed. So I actually am pretty impressed.
Yeah, you can kill big cocks like that.
Things similar to this in the past, and it's very hard to hit anything with them. I know this is a big target, but I'm still impressed that I was able to hit him that many times with the knife.
That is actually genuinely pretty impressive.
Took his whole head off. Our rooster has resurrected, and now I'm going to try out the 25 ACP. Here we go.
I don't know why this is just so silly.
These are pretty accurate. I mean, that's not bad.
No. Just stab him. Ah!
Two targets that I think I'm gonna.
Wait. Oh, I was gonna say no, not the ice cream.
And some sour cream. Stupid. This is stupid.
I was gonna say don't waste ice cream like that.
25 ACP first.
Especially if it was Haagen-Dazs ice cream, I would actually have a fit.
25 ACP is first. Here we go.
Damn!
What?
Damn! Some chunky ass cheese.
That's hilarious. That is so gross. All right, pretty effective.
No, not my sour cream. Wait, do you like sour cream? I'm not the biggest fan of sour cream. Damn, that's a waste. I mean, like, look, this man can afford it. This man can afford to have multiple, like, ballistic dummies, and these cost like thousands of dollars. I think he can waste a couple of bucks here and there on like cottage cheese and sour cream.
Topped off with pimento cheese. Here we go.
Oh, oh, he got white stuff all over him. Oh man, he got all that chunky white stuff all over him.
It's actually quite a bit of energy transfer for a 22 and a 25 ACP. I'm going to say that these could possibly be nothing to shake a stick at. All right, now it's time to find
It's such a dad thing.
Mr. Zombie. I'm going to start out with just shooting at him and no stabbing, and we're about 7 yards back. Okay, here we go. 25 ACP first.
Still got the cottage cheese on it. Okay. Oh, nope, got him. Okay, that went through. Oh, grazed him. Got its ear. Got a shoulder. Got a shoulder check on that one.
All right, I'm out of ammo. 22.
Oh, I saw that one. That one grazed his shoulder a little bit.
Out.
You don't waste ice cream, Well, it wasn't ice cream he was wasting. It was cottage cheese and like sour cream. Ooh, right in the gut. Okay, that one grazed his shoulder.
Let's have a look. It appears we have some very interesting results. Take a look.
Yeah.
This thing's sternum. Right there.
Damn.
Those are 22 and maybe 25 ACP also stopped on his sternum.
Damn.
That is pretty wild. Here we have some hits that actually passed all the way through him. I believe those are 22. Looks like I've got a 25 ACP back here that stopped inside of him.
Damn.
And other than that, I think we had a few misses. We hit right there. That went all the way through. But I'm out of ammo. So, you know
So stab him.
I guess I'm going to have to stab it.
Right, yeah!
Holy
Ooh.
blade in there.
Ooh, that's nice. Got some good stabbing power.
Let's try this one.
Stab him in the gut.
Oh, okay.
Man, I want to stab him in the gut.
I'm going to say that these right here, these Milligun gun knives, work really well as knives.
Yeah?
That's
You don't say.
pretty gnarly. Didn't break our tip.
Nah.
And we did not break our tip. That's awesome.
Yeah, those shots wouldn't have stopped it. Well, yeah.
Stab you right in the bone right there. Like, I wonder if we could make it through that. Tell you what, that one says Kentucky Ballistics on it. Let's not use that one. Let's use this one. I'm going to see if I can make it through the sternum with it. Here we go. Oh,
Ooh.
can I? Well,
Ooh. Oh, did it?
oh. It broke my tip.
No!
I broke it.
No, not the tip.
You know what? Might as well stab him real good now since he broke it. Ah, there we go. That's good right there. I got in there real good. Ah,
Damn, yeah, you did.
doing okay. I think I can do better though. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, I made it all the way through that time.
Nice.
You know?
Ooh. Oh, that is fucking gnarly. Oh, that's gnarly, dude. Damn.
It's pretty solid. They have to send this one back to the factory and fix my little tip. Okay, well.
Sometimes, you know, look.
Now how about we stab and shoot the zombie?
Look, sometimes it's okay to have problems with your tip. Just saying though, fellas, guys, never fuck with a man's tip. Just always remember the tip. The tip is the most valuable part. Never break your tip.
First up is going to be the 25 ACP. Here we go.
Think of a personal.
Now,
I wouldn't say that.
twist it.
Ooh, stick it right in there and just twist it. Yeah, there we go. Just unload it. God, I feel so fucking manly.
Now we have the 22. I'm not going to twist this one. We're just going to start with the trigger down. And I'm going to give him one of these.
Ooh.
You know what? Fresh spot.
There we go. Oh. Oh. Damn. Oh, get some.
That right there, folks, is why I'm more terrified of knives than I am guns. Let's check out our damage here.
Yeah, because like with knives, you can do a lot more damage.
Of what you would call muzzle burn, I guess, and unburnt powder all over him.
I mean, like, if this were a person, yeah, no, you're going to be in a lot of excruciating pain because not only are you getting your gut stabbed, but also from the looks of it, you also got bullets lodged in you. Got to head out, bought my GF Titanfall 2, and she's playing it for the first time. Nice, let's go. No, have fun playing Titanfall.
I don't know if we made it through him. Oh, looky there. We have quite a few bullets on this side. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, see,
bullets.
that's what I'm saying. Like right there, you would be in a lot of pain. Yes, but you don't. But you have to be up close and personal for a knife fight. True, but also you got to remember this is also a gun knife, so you could basically shoot them from a far distance, closing the gap, and then just absolutely just start shanking a motherfucker.
It almost made it all the way through him, but not quite. And while looking at him, I did not realize we actually did hit him in the face earlier. And there is a bullet. I think it's a 25 ACP.
Yep, it's lodged
right
there.
I'm gonna turn this guy around. Oh dear.
Damn.
Yeah, that was good. Now we're gonna see what happens if we give him the old sneak attack scenario. You have a zombie, you're sneaking up
Surprise
behind
butt
him,
stab.
and you have 2 Milligun knife guns. Here we go. We're gonna go for the old stab, shoot, stab, shoot.
Oh, oh, oh.
Let's check out.
God, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to go on this show. I would love this just because I would have so much fun.
Now, I'm afraid I may have broke the tip on this one too. Kind of got carried away. I probably did. That is
deep.
That's jammed in there really good.
That is deep.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
And for the record, I mean, pretty much any knife, I think, if I stabbed into bone like that as hard as I can, I think the tip's probably going to break. You can see a lot of powder burn.
Damn.
Here, and lots of good hits. But what I want to point out is here with the 25 ACP and the 22, did not do a whole lot of damage.
I wouldn't think it would to the skull.
I think that one did go in, and we broke the skull a little bit here. But not
damn,
that
this
much damage.
guy would be all kinds of fucked up.
We made it all the way through with, oh dear.
Oh, his guts are spilling out now.
I'm not really sure if we made it through the front with those rounds or not. But I gotta say, that would be pretty effective on a zombie, I would think. As long as
Yeah.
it's not the zombies from 28 Days Later, because those things are really fast, and I'm not really sure if I'd sneak up behind one. So far, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with these.
I mean,
knife
technically,
guns.
aren't they
But hear
zombies?
me out.
Because
I understand 22 long.
I think they're
rifle,
called like what, the rage
25
virus or
ACP.
something.
They're smaller rounds, more compact. You can fit more of them in the handle, but. What if you jumped it up a little bit? We stick with 22, right? But you add a little more gunpowder. 22, 250. This thing is pushing a 50 grain 22 bullet at 3,800 feet per second. I mean, that would really do.
That will
trick,
really
if you
fuck
ask me.
something
So
up.
I just want to see what that would look like. So we have some zombie left, and I just so happen to have a 22 250. So now I'm
Oh, that's so
gonna demonstrate what
tiny.
it would look like if you had a 22 250.
That's so
knife gun.
tiny.
Okay, here we go.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I want to say it's
Can we watch that
pretty
again?
effective. Knife demonstrate what it
Can we
would
watch
look
that
like
again, chat?
if
Let's
you
watch
had
that
a
again.
22 250 knife gun.
Hey God, let me move over just a little bit. Damn, it's the cricket from Man in Black. Yeah! Yes, it is!
Okay, here we go.
Ooh! Oh! Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. That is badass.
I want to say it's
All right, one more for the road. One more for the road.
here we go.
Ooh! Ooh! It's like that one clip from The Simpsons. It's like, anyone got some ibuprofen? I got a headache.
I want to say
Damn, there's not a head left.
I mean, I don't need 6 shots. If one will do that. I do have 2 more rounds in here though, so I can't waste them. Let's give him one more.
Ooh.
Let's do one more, like point blank, right? Like right there.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh! I say that'll do it.
He's not gonna be in Rush Hour 3. Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Just blew a hole through it.
Zombie, I'm not done with him.
The zombie's just like, please kill
He'd
me.
be done with me though. I got one more thing I want to try. I have W's pocket knife. I really want to try this thing out and see if it's worth any count. Let's see here.
What?
Looks pretty sharp. Let's see how sharp it is. I'm just gonna give it a little slice. Yeah, that's pretty sharp.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's really sharp. Kind of afraid to stab with it.
Gotta head out.
because I don't
Have a
want the
good
clothes
have
on
a
my
good
hand.
night, Sin. Thank you so much for stopping by. Lots of love to you too.
Wow, that got in there pretty deep. Pretty mean,
Ooh.
actually. I have to try the big blade.
Oh, mamma mia. Oh, the big knife. Oh, that's a
You can
chopper
see
right
why he
there.
carries such a big pocket knife.
Oh, that right there's a chopper. It is.
All right, let's give him a stab. But before I do, if you want to get your start in firearms technology, be sure and check out STI. There's a link in the description down below.
God, I want one.
Ah!
Oh.
Hit some bone. Hit some bone. I don't think we're breaking that tip though. No, no way.
Nah, that's a strong tip right there.
Oh yeah, I think we made it all the way through.
Ooh.
Probably so. Let's see if we can.
Let's see. Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Oh, you could probably decapitate it with that too.
Almost got it all the way through there. I'm stuck on a rib, I think. Oh, there we go.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna say I approve of W's knife.
How much is that?
I think that's.
I need to see how much is that? I need to know for science. I need to know for science. How much is this? That is wild.
That's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you thought about the Meligun gun knives in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give today's video a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. And also don't forget to pick up some Kentucky ballistics.
Hell yeah, America.
Decals and get entered in to win the Ballistic Bandit because you only got 1 week left.
Hell
There's a
yeah.
link in the description down below that will take you to KentuckyBallistics.com. And if for some reason it's not working, just swing over to BunkerBranding.com.
Oh.
Gross. This is really gross. I probably shouldn't do this.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping he would decapitate whatever's left of the zombie's head with that knife.
And as always, my name is Scott.
Yeah.
You're watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
All right, we'll watch one more. We'll watch one more. These are so cool.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Let's watch a shorter one. Let's do... Oh, what the fuck? How lethal is a t-shirt cannon? Oh, okay, let's... Okay, we'll watch this one. This one, they're gonna destroy tanks. As we all know, tanks are cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm watching them right now.
What the fuck?
Unfortunately,
These
they
skits
have
are so
wandered
fucking
over
weird.
onto the Kentucky Ballistics range. I'm a little worried for them. It looks like 2 4-footers and a little 2.5-footer. Very cute little family out here. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm gonna try to tag them today.
Tag him and bag him, boys. Tag him and bag him. Oh, what the fuck?
Someone needs to warn that family. Get out of here. No. I see him, Chad. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that.
Ran him over. I'm so
I'm not a... Okay, funny enough, because I drive a truck, but, like, I'm not a truck guy, but, like, that right there, that's kind of cool. That right there is kind of cool as shit. America.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And I don't know if you know this, but I love anti-tank rifles. And we've had some on the channel: the Lottie, the Solarthurn, the Onzio. But today, we have the grandfather to all those tank rifles, the very first anti-tank rifle ever built, the 1918 Tankiver. So in World War I, around 1916 and 1917, British tanks started showing up on the battlefield, and Germany didn't like it. So
no, like the Germans were terrified of them.
Tankiver. It is basically a giant Mauser. As you can see here, it says Mauser 1918 on the top of the gun.
Which just, I think Mauser just means mouse.
Bolt-action rifle that's just
because I know
huge.
mouse means mouse in German.
Absolutely massive, and it is chambered in 13.2 millimeter. Compared to other firearms that were on the battlefield at the time, the Tankiver was an absolute hoss. This thing weighs around 40 pounds, is about 5'7" long.
That is a monster of a rifle.
And is producing around 12,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. And this is what it fires, the 13.2 millimeter. That is a 740 grain bullet. And this looks like a 50 BMG round, but it's actually slightly bigger. So like I said before, this is basically a giant Mauser, but I want to give you an idea of just how big this action is because it's almost comical. It is literally about the size of a Coke can.
Jesus!
Tankiver, if I'm saying that correctly, means tank gun in German. I am very excited to
show
you this anti-tank rifle today.
Does mean
have
mouse,
some fun with it. It's over 100 years old, and I have no idea when it was shot last. So without further ado,
that's like a... I would be careful with that, because that shit's a relic. Oh my god. Chat, what if you fired like a tank, like one of those like tank gavels on like a fucking ATV. That would be so badass. But that thing would rock the entire thing.
Seriously, as I do, you need to check out today's sponsor, Onyx Off-Road.
Yeah. You know, I've never rode an ATV before. I've always wanted to.
Onyx Off-Road is a GPS navigation app built for off-roaders who want to explore with confidence. It shows detailed trail maps with difficulty ratings, terrain info, photos, and user reviews, so you know what
You
you're
get your
getting
ass
into
handed if you
before even
do.
start.
Well, yeah, I would imagine, because,
Land boundaries to avoid
you know, the
trespassing.
recoil from
Download
a tank
maps
of that
offline
would probably
while you're out of cell
flip
phone.
the... Well, ooh.
This guy takes his land pretty seriously, I guess. Oh no! Oh no!
Beep, beep.
The cameraman a little nervous with that one. Whether you're overlanding, scouting land, or trail riding,
Yeah, no,
Onyx
I've always wanted to
Off-Road
ride
will
one of
take
these
you around
things.
so you can get home safely. If you
They
wanna
look like
check them out,
fun.
swing over to the link in the description down below and use code KYB for 20% off.
Like, they
Again,
genuinely
thank
look
you
like
to
fun.
Onyx Off-Road for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. Excuse me. The first thing we're going to do today with the Tankiver is shoot some steel. So we're going to start out with a 1/4 inch of steel. This will be my first
Oh,
time
that's gonna
shooting
melt
the
right
Tankiver,
through
so I
it.
spray painted a little dot on my steel. That way I have an idea of where my point of aim is with this rifle. I don't want to waste any ammo today because this 13.2 millimeter is extremely hard to find. The gun is over 100 years old, so as you can imagine, this ammo is pretty much extinct. Filming today's
Well,
video
I would
wasn't as
imagine, because
simple
there's
as
far
just
better
picking
guns
up a
out there
box
now.
of ammo. Everything had to be custom made for this gun because it's so old. I have custom brass and custom bullets. The original bullets for this gun would have had a steel tip, but these actually have an aluminum ball inside of them, and the rest of them is jacketed lead. So take that into consideration today when it comes to penetration. I do believe these are going to penetrate very well, but the originals may have done
Penetrate
a little better with that
this,
steel
pants
tip.
grab.
Okay, first round going in there. All right, here we
God, I would imagine this gun would absolutely 100% rock your fucking teeth.
go.
Ooh. Okay, the recoil wasn't as bad as I thought. Also, to be fair, it probably rocked back so hard just because it's the little spikes on the bipod aren't like anchored. That's more for like for dirt. Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh man, I tell you what, I was expecting that to kick a lot harder.
I was
am
too.
a very poor judge of recoil, but that was nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. I've heard a lot of stories about this thing kicking super hard, but I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of numb at this point.
That, or maybe because you're fucking jacked, my guy. Jesus.
Oh, that is awesome. And that came out of there very nicely. No signs of over
I would honestly keep that and like put it on like my mantle.
pressure or anything like that. These rounds are golden. Okay, let's have a look. It appears that we definitely
Oh, it ate it.
punched through that steel. Doesn't look like it had much trouble. I did hit a little to the right.
Yeah, you need a
Oh,
zero
man.
in.
Look at that. I mean, I could almost, I bet you can. Yep.
You can
Get
fit
my
your whole
thumb in
thumb
there.
through that. Damn.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I hit a little to the right. So my elevation is good, just my windage is a little off. I have our first 1/4 inch steel plate still set up. And now I'm gonna set a second one behind it.
I just want to know, where does he get
Supported.
these
Take that into
guns?
consideration, but we're gonna see if we can make it through both. Second round of 13.2 millimeter going down the hatch. Just so you know, these rounds were originally designed to go through about 0.8 to 1 inch of steel.
God.
But that was with the steel tip.
You know what's actually, okay, chat, you know what's actually like a really nice sound? Like a really, really, really nice sound to hear. The cart, what is it? Not the cartridge. Well, I guess the cartridge. The clip ejection from a Garand. Let me see here. Let's see here, Garand. ASMR. M1 Garand ASMR. Here we go. Like this sound right here. Oh wait, hang on. Wait, this sound right here. That's such a nice sound. Actually, wait, hang on, let me see here. Let's see here. M1 Garand ejection. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. The clip injection or rejection. Or rejection, ejection. My bad. I can't word. That right there, the sound of that clip popping out of an M1 Garand. So it's so satisfying to listen to. Oh, damn.
Let's have a look here. It appears that I compensated a little too much for my windage. I knew I was going to hit to the right here, so I aimed to the left, but I think I aimed a little too far to the left.
Yeah.
We have a nice, solid hole punched down that steel.
It's still pretty good.
But looks like I hit the cinder block. Not good.
Yeah, you did.
Here's pieces of the bullet right here on the ground. Jacket and whatnot.
Holy
but
shit.
Even after hitting the cinder block, after going through that steel, looks like we still punched that pretty good.
I was gonna say, did it bulge a little bit? Yep, it bulged.
On the back here. So I think that if I would not have hit the cinder block, we probably would have had a pretty good shot.
What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Oh my god, that's so cool! Holy shit! Oh damn, that exploded.
Sorry about that. I'm not
I
really
want
sure
one.
What came over me. Up next, I want to see what happens.
Chat, that's gonna be my new chat. That is going to be my new goal for my throne. Is that I'm going to put a I'm gonna put a funding for a tank of air on my fucking throne, so that way I could go out and have fun and shoot watermelon.
Get some modern armor with the tank of air. So this is a premier body armor armored helmet. This is supposed to stop up to 44 Magnum, I believe, but I'm curious to see what happens when we place this on a Ballistic Dummy Labs zombie bus. If we have a clean hit, I'm pretty sure we're going to go through, but if it hits an angle, will it deflect it? I think this next shot's going to be pretty cool.
Probably.
But you know what's even more cool than that? The Ballistic Bandit Park.
Yeah, Ballistic Bandit.
You're running out of time to get this custom one-of-a-kind build.
Good luck getting custom ammo. Oh, absolutely.
Custom roadster shop chassis.
Also, hello Jacob over on YouTube.
Speed motor, four-wheel drive, and all the amenities of a modern vehicle. The Ballistic Bandit is a lean, mean machine, and somebody's going home with it. All you got to do is pick up some Kentucky Ballistics merch. For every $5 you spend until June 15th, we'll get you one entry to win this thing. Every week I'm introducing a new shirt, and this week's shirt is the 357.
Yeah.
This is one of my personal new
AK-47 versus M16 gun. I mean, honestly, like, okay, honestly, I am a I'm a fucking American. I will sit here and say the M16 all the way. We don't do that commie shit here. I might be just a little bit biased. I'm just saying. The goddamn the tank of air, the fucking tank of air is so fucking strong. I'm hearing the fatherland calling back to me.
We are all loaded up with another 13.2 millimeter. Let's see what happens when we hit this helmet. Okay, here we go.
Oh, Shiza!
Oh, that did not look too good.
Ooh. 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 Holy Shiza.
Judging from all of the green liquid on the table, I'm gonna say that helmet did not stop that round.
No,
Which, I mean,
not at all.
I didn't really expect it to, but there's always a chance that it could deflect it. Let's have a look at Mr. Zombie here.
There's not a head left.
Looking too good. Let's get the chin strap off.
There's not a head left.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, just about.
Oh, he
inside
did.
There is now on the table.
Oh no, he super
actually,
did.
No, it's not on the table. It's literally just sitting inside the helmet.
Oh, that's like a clump of bone.
Let's have a look at this helmet. So we have a hole right there, and then as you can see, we blew right through the helmet. And then I don't think, oh, it looks like we hit the front of the helmet right here.
Damn.
And then probably bounced off because we do not have another hole. I would say that was quite a bit of energy transfer.
Holy
after going through
shit.
this helmet. So now that's got me wondering.
I was gonna say, like
in some ballistic gel.
that.
All right, we have two
A regular ass
16-inch
ballistic
blocks
gel,
of
nothing
10%
fancy.
Clear ballistics gel made by Clear Ballistics, and now I'm pretty much just gonna point blank them with the tank giver. All right, loading up with another round, and I'm not gonna risk this because
I was gonna say,
I
God,
only have a few
this gun
rounds
is so
left.
fucking
I'm
strong.
gonna
I'm
point
hearing the
blank this
fatherland.
round.
I'm hearing the fatherland, chat. Ooh.
Broke the cinder block.
MP40. What is an MP40? I'm not like a huge gun aficionado, so I can't really like say. MP40 versus MP5.
Okay.
MP40.
Let's have a look at our gel.
Oh, the
the
greaser
first block,
gun.
that initial hit
Yeah, the greaser.
destroyed this cinder block.
I think that's the greaser.
Now we have,
Oh wait, no, it's not the
here.
greaser.
and I'm going to say that is our entrance hole. And then we can see this was a clean wound channel, and then it looks like we started.
Oh, okay. Heckler and Koch MP5.
And yeah, look at the way it came out of this thing. It's
Oh,
kinda,
nice. That's
looks
probably
like
the
it started to
MP5.
tumble. Now let's look at this other block. I believe we lost it. Yeah.
Damn.
We entered that block. All kinds of squirrely, it looks like.
Damn, that's
And then went inside, and then it looks like it came out the top. Or maybe that's the side. It either came out of the side or the top. But regardless, we lost it. But that was
No, that's still pretty.
transfer for a
That's
full
still
metal
pretty
jacket.
good.
Okay, we shot an armored helmet. Now how about some modern body armor?
Yeah.
Some body armor in World War I, but nothing like this. This is a premier body armor level 4 plate.
Now, funny enough is that so Black Ops 1 Zombies. Oh, I don't play Call of Duty. Oh, I don't play Call of Duty. I'm not a Call of Duty fan. I'm a Halo person. But so I have a funny story about Kevlar. So back when I was a little itty bitty private back in basic combat training, we were issued Kevlar, and that stayed with us for the entirety of our tenure at the base where I was at. And so by the time we had to turn everything in, we had to take out the Kevlar. So we had to take out these little black things right here and turn them in. What made me feel really fucking old? What made me feel really old, chat, was the date that this thing was manufactured. So I was holding armor that I was older than the armor that I was holding in my hands. Because this plate of Kevlar was made in 2000. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh, my back hurts.
And I've actually managed to stop 50 BMG with this thing, but will it stop the 13.2 millimeter out of the tank of air? Since the mannequin's kind of tall, I really don't want to shoot from a downward angle up at him.
I would shoot on the ground, shoot it properly.
Bench rest here. Let's see how this.
Oh, that
works
might
out.
kick a little bit.
Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm a little crooked.
Eins,
Actually.
zwei, drei.
Oh, I'd say he felt that one.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh yeah, no, that. Oh, that crumpled it. Oh, that went right through and it crumpled it.
Let's
Holy
look here.
shit.
I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm pretty sure it stopped it. From the way that mannequin looks. We got us a hit right there. And then, bam. We stopped.
God
it.
damn.
That was a lot of energy transfer. Normally, when one of those players
And this is a gun that's like 100 years old.
And
And also, just for record, so with me, because of how I was trained, I don't usually like to associate calling rifles guns. So how they taught us in the army is that your rifle isn't a gun. It is a weapon. It is your firearm. A gun is a machine gun. That is the only time I will ever say gun. So no, it is a rifle. Rifle, not gun.
or something like that. But this guy, he got blown completely in half.
Holy.
From that
now just imagine if that was a person.
I'm going to say that the Tankgewehr be kicking. Wait, how do you say that in German?
Das Tankgewehr hat einen gewaltigen Rückstoß.
That one.
Nope, not even going to try to say that. Today we've shot.
You know, funny enough is that I'm actually trying to. So funny enough is that I'm actually trying to learn German. Yeah, I'm trying to learn a little bit more German. Don't ask me to carry a conversation in German. I am horrible at it. I could probably carry on a very, 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 very rudimentary caveman sentence.
Metal, we've shot armor. Now we're going to shoot some bulletproof glass. A lot of armored vehicles are equipped with bulletproof glass. So I'm curious.
They also weigh a ton.
With the 13
I will say this though, as a army mechanic who has experience working on Humvees, changing out the windows in a Humvee, be careful because it can crush you. Because it's like, I think what, a couple of, if not like a few layers of like glass, of bulletproof glass, and they weigh a ton. Not like a literal ton, but they weigh a lot.
2 millimeters. Now this glass,
you will pinch your fingers.
Obviously has been shot quite a bit, but it's still got some life in it. This section here is pretty good, so I'm going to give it one last shot before I throw it away. Oh, this thing is so heavy.
Damn.
I can see why you mostly shot it prone, but kind of curious if I can shoot it standing.
I mean, you
next.
can. It's
but
just not going to feel good.
Glass. All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just not going to feel very good.
There we go.
Damn. I was expecting it to shatter. I'm not going to lie.
I think it's pretty obvious the Tankgewehr would definitely make it through bulletproof glass. I mean, it just blew clean through that.
And it's so funny to think like this thing was made 100 years ago, and this thing would be pretty fucking lethal on the battlefield today. Now, granted, I don't know how well that's gonna do with like, say, you know, Humvees and JLTVs, MRAPs, and like, you know, obviously an Abrams, but like, it could be a pretty good nuisance.
A huge hole, and then continued on through back here, and I'm not really sure what it hit, but I do know I would not want to be behind bulletproof glass with a Tankgewehr pointed in my direction. Okay,
yeah.
My last trick, I'm going to see if I can shoulder fire this thing, which is
I
easier
wouldn't.
said than done because it's
very
front heavy, and it was not designed to be shoulder fired. No, I just take
your shit's gonna get rocked.
I think
I would probably shoot it at the hip.
From up here.
I would shoot it at the hip.
On my shoulder, and then come down, and then shoot. Yeah.
I would shoot it at the hip more than anything.
Last round.
Like the BAR.
Like I said, I didn't have many. Throw that in there.
Also, can I just sit here and say I fucking love the BAR.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Ooh.
is. Yeah. You could do it one time.
Yeah,
But after
I would
that,
imagine
you're
because that's pretty
probably
heavy.
gonna get ran over by a tank.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see
I hope
him.
you enjoyed today's video.
I really want him to do this to, like, say, a car. Like, just shoot this thing right through a car.
Let me know what you thought
It will
about
more
this
than likely
episode
make it pretty clean through a car.
in the comment section down below. Be sure to give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe. Wait a second. I don't own a Mercedes. Whose car is this? Hold on a second.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, this is my car. Anyway,
Yeah.
hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought about
God, I want to know how many miles of a gallon does that thing have?
the Tankiver in the comment section down below. And don't forget, you're running out of time to get the Ballistic Bandit. Be sure and pick up some Kentucky Ballistics merch.
Yeah.
Link in the description down below. That'll take
Tree
you to
57.
KentuckyBallistics.com. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics.
Yeah.
See you next time.
That was fun. That was fun. No, I love Kentucky Ballistics. I think next yapping stream we will watch the Kraken. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end it here for tonight. That was fun. So the game trailers that we saw, I'm really looking forward to them. Not a whole lot of games that I'm just like, ooh, I want to buy. Outside of like just the ones that I showed you. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for Spyro. I'm super excited for Halo. The dinosaur game that always slips my mind. I'm excited for that one as well. I keep wanting to call it Outer Wilds, but it's not Outer Wilds. Lost Wild. Yeah, I'm excited for Lost Wild, Halo, Spyro. Very excited for those. I might give Terrible Lizards a try once that's out. You know, once that's out, I'll probably give that a try. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. So I will be back on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday for some Mouse PI. Right, so I'll be back for Mouse PI because I need to get back to that. I've been neglecting my addiction for Mouse PI. And then Friday we are gonna have the summer debut. We're gonna have the summer outfit debut, and I'm really excited for that. And then obviously on Saturday, it's gonna be kind of up in the air because Phobos is gonna have his debut on Saturday, and I can't miss that. You know, for anything. So we'll pop in there, and if stream happens on Saturday, then we'll stream Cthulhu. If not, then that's fine. But yeah. So let me go ahead and find someone for us to raid tonight. You know what? Hang on, let me see here. So we have Sealy. We never rated Sealy before. Let me see here. So we have Sealy. We have. Oh wait, we got Kira. Let's go say hi to Stepsis. Let's go say hi to Stepsis. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Kira P. Wait, hang on. Let me see here. How long has she been streaming for? How long has she been streaming for, actually? I don't know what she's doing. I just see her holding something with her toes. And I mean, like, that's normal. But let me go get the raid message going. You know what? Since it's Kira, hang on. We'll do this. Hang on for a split second here. Let me just copy and paste this a couple of times. I need to figure out like a way to do raid messages automatically. But there we go. That is the raid message that we're gonna be doing. How do you guys like me trying to incorporate raid messages now? Like, how you guys liking that? 'Cause I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive when it comes to streaming. Like, give you guys raid messages and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so I will see you all on Wednesday, and let me go get that raid going. And until then, everyone, I'll catch you all later, and let's go say hi to Kira.